two.
Thank you. Got you
Yes.
now. I can hear you. How you doing, man?
Okay, I'm doing good. Yeah, a bit stressful because this
Yeah.
kind of things is always setting up, and
Yes. Yes.
but I'm well. How about you?
I'm good, man. It's so good to finally meet you like this. Yeah, I think I've only
Yes.
known you on TikTok now, and the amazing beats that you do. So I'm glad that you had time and you were keen to join me today for just a conversation to get into, the music and who you are for me. And then maybe you can also get to know who I am on my side of the world. How's the weather that side?
Well, really hot. Yeah,
Yeah.
here we are in 32 degrees Celsius. I don't know. You,
Oh, wow. That's
sorry.
pretty hot. Yeah, that's very hot.
Do you use Celsius or Fahrenheit in South Africa?
No, we also use Celsius, so I know exactly
Celsius.
how hot you're saying at
Yeah.
32. That's very, very hot. Yeah.
Yeah. How about South Africa? How is everything?
We're in winter on our side of the world, but where I am in the country, in Johannesburg, it's actually looking like spring already. We've had very hot weather, warm weather, sorry, and it's been good. There are parts of the country that are experiencing a lot of rains, like by Cape Town. Durban is not typically as cold in winter compared to where I am in Johannesburg, which is north in the country. But yeah, it's just a mix masala of weather pretty much.
That's nice.
Yeah, so let's get into it, man. I don't wanna take up too much of your time. I actually just wanted to get to know more about you as the producer that you are. How long have you been, creating? Before we even get to TikTok, just what's been the thing that got you into music?
I started back in 2007. Well, I started as a DJ.
Yeah.
So yeah, I started as a DJ 2005.
Mm.
Then I wanted to produce my own songs.
What were you DJing at that time?
Electronic music.
Okay.
Then I switched to hip hop, like making scratch and
Yeah.
DJing for local artists.
Nice. And you said you're in Spain, that place, I don't know how to pronounce it. Is it Girona, if I'm not mistaken?
Girona, yes.
Girona.
It's between Barcelona and France.
Ah, nice. I know Barcelona. I support Real Madrid, but I know Barcelona.
That won't go really well. No.
I understand.
It's a
So
joke.
good. We can agree to disagree on that one.
No, yes.
Yeah. So, okay. So electronic music, you were DJing for local artists. And then at this time, are you playing instruments already, while you're DJing?
No, it's funny because I didn't learn as a kid to play any instrument.
Oh, wow.
It's like I started learning how to produce hip hop.
Yeah.
Sample-based hip hop, like boom bap and the golden era hip hop that they sample a lot of jazz, soul records.
Yes.
And that
Yes.
made me fell in love with the original music that they sample. So I studied jazz, soul.
So you taught yourself in studying jazz?
Yes. Well, I went a couple of years to a local school.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool.
But most of my skills I learned online.
Oh, nice. So you've taught yourself a bit, but you've also went to some training just as an adult to get those skills in order, ne?
Yes, because it's like when you study instrument, it's nice to play with others.
Yes.
Because it's like you learn how to arrange, how to play, how to listen, and. But nowadays you can learn almost everything online, and you can really focus, no? Like if you want to learn like really specific R&B song or I don't know, like more advanced chords, you can have it there.
That makes sense, yeah. Because I remember what I was doing at the time, before I bumped into your work online, was that I wanted to figure out, my rap style in a way that reflected sounds that I actually enjoyed or grew up on. So I was going off of the music that I connected to just purely off a first listen. And I remember bumping into your content on my feed. At the time, I was looking for producers online just to kind of showcase what I can do on a variety of different instrumentals, And then when I found your content, what I liked is that there's a signature to the way that you work, the relationship between the guitar, the keys, and the drums, all come from the same person, and you can hear that in your approach to the music. So I can definitely hear the passion that you have for soulful hip hop and the R&B in that space. So I appreciate that.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, and since that time when you were now creating, do you feel like you know your process? Because it seems like you have a very consistent output on TikTok, for example. So I'm guessing, what does a day in your life when you wake up look like from a music production perspective? Do you have a routine in mind where on this day you do this, and then or do you just set out one day to do everything?
Well, yes, I start in the morning always, because I feel it's when I'm most productive.
Yeah,
like the mind is fresh, and you are starting like a new day, and like the energy is better for me. And
okay, you don't work at night?
No, because now I have a little kid, 1 month.
Hey, congratulations! How old?
Thank you. He's 1 year and a half.
Oh, very, very new. So you've gone through a change now, becoming. Is this your first child or?
Yes, my first. Yeah. Yes.
Oh, well, congratulations, man. How's that been, like being a producer dad?
It's hard because, when you work from home,
yes,
and you have your little child that it's not going to nursery already.
Yeah.
This year he will start to go, but you have to deal with a lot of not distractions, but a lot of obligations, maybe that.
Yes. So you have to manage your time.
Yes. That's the thing, that time management.
Yeah, I'm still learning that, I moved to Johannesburg from Durban, which is on the east coast of South Africa, 2 years ago. And I moved here because I got a job in the advertising space. So I was learning a lot of information. It was my first proper job in the corporate sort of space, So learning time management was also important to me, because after I finish a 9-to-5 shift, and I work from home as well, I go straight into creating for the music and the ideas there. So it's a very important skill that I think it goes unspoken about, because you need discipline in this thing to be consistent. And you're very consistent on your. Yes.
Yeah, sorry, no, that I had the same, that it's like it's my second year as a full-time music producer. And before, when I had to go to my 9-to-5, that energy was like really powerful. It's like now it's more difficult because you have a routine. I try to create every day, and sometimes it's easy to burn out. And when you have that time that you are like not you don't have access to your studio, your creation spot. It's like if that hungry. It's really a driving force.
That is so true. That is very true. I think working in a 9-to-5 taught me, the time management and how to actually make time for the things that are important to you. While it also made me realize that it's important to really give your all to the music, so that the work that you do also doesn't take away from the creative life that you live and what inspires the music. In my situation, I love my job as well. It's not like a situation where it's just for the money. I actually enjoy the work there as well. So it's learning how when you have a second medium or a way of being creative, it also helps and speaks back to the music, like you said, as a driving force to your work. Yeah, I want to talk about your the way that you name your beats. You know, I've spoken to producers. I used to produce back in the day. I'm getting back into it now. I just want to do what you're doing, where I want to teach myself properly and not just treat it like a video game, which I used to do. Um, do you think about, you know, the names? Because I know when I was purchasing the beats from your page on BeatStars, I was like always interested in the way people name beats, because I know some producers who just go by the numbers. They'll say this is beat number one, this is beat number two. Other producers will just name it based on what was happening that day, like you know, coffee mug, tea mug, you know. For yourself, like with the beats that I have, I think one of them was named Hot Summer, the other one was named Gone. Um, and I know that when I was writing those freestyles on TikTok, duetting to those videos, that also gave me an idea to the writing process for this EP that we're going to talk about.
Yeah, it's like well, a big part on the creative process to put the name, because I know the artists are gonna take that as a reference.
Oh, so nice. So you create with that in mind?
No, well, the process, I always start the beat like with some element, like a percussion element, a melody, something that starts my creative juices going, and it's like kind of a freestyle or improvisation.
Nice. Until you feel the idea is fleshed out, and then you know where you're going.
Yes, absolutely. It's like
okay.
It's like opening like a creation fountain. I don't know. It's like you are connecting with the source, with the universe, no? Yes. And it's like, okay, not judging, not being,
you're just
conscious,
flowing
maybe.
with it. Yeah,
that's it. Yeah,
and that is so true, man.
It's like with recording lyrics or vocals or melodies. It's like sometimes when you are not judging, you are freestyling. It's like the best ideas come.
Yes, that is true. I sometimes still deal with that. I find myself overthinking certain things, and then you lose the feeling that inspired you in the beginning. So lately I've been focusing on what you're talking about, right? When the inspiration hits, I first get it all out. I download, like we're saying, you know, from the feeling. And then afterwards it's more editing. And then you're like, okay, cool, this works. Okay. You know, sometimes the way I write it in my head is one way, and then I have to sound it out and say the verse like 10 or 15 times so that I know which words work with my mouth and the way I'm pronouncing it. And you find new ideas through that process. So I understand what you mean when you say, you know, you follow the flow and the flow state, and then afterwards you just figure out, okay, this is where we're going. So is it only after that beat is done that you decide, okay, this feels like a beat I will name Hot Summer or Gone or Desire? Is that what you do?
Yes, it's always like that. Okay. I always start with the music, and then maybe I search for an image, because I upload almost every day on YouTube, and I have to search for a thumbnail.
Yes.
And through that image, and maybe I search through internet, like searching for inspiration for that name. I try to keep it simple. I try to, sometimes, Hot Summer, maybe it's more more easy to know where it comes. But like, there is one of my bestseller beats, it's called Black Coffee.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
It's like a common drink that everybody starts the day. So it's like...
we also have an amazing global superstar, legendary DJ named Black Coffee. So that's a nice coincidence too. Yeah. Aware. Cool. That's pretty dope. I think what's also interesting with this, right, is the EP journal entries, right?
Yes.
When I was picking the beats, I noticed the cover arts, right? And I'm a big fan of curating sounds and like playlists in my spare time, just for myself or like for someone maybe that I care about. And I noticed that afterwards, now, once I had the 4 songs that I wanted on this EP, I noticed that all of them had the same shade and tone of the image that was used. They were warm and they all spoke to the same emotion, which actually helped me to line the songs up properly, because originally they were separated. They were just like pages and ideas that didn't have necessarily a connection. And the only connection that I could find was that I'd followed the process we just talked about, right? Where we download the feeling, we share it, we receive the feedback, and the strongest ideas go. So I just wanted to share that with you, because I think it's a beautiful way to document this collaboration, even with this core between ourselves, that those are the coincidences that you can find in the process of making the music, that the tone of the beats all line up together. The artwork also reflects beats that relate to the same sound, and I wrote in a way that was to be warm and very inviting in as far as the story of the song. They all kind of felt like they spoke to love and those ideas, and I really appreciate your openness to work with me on this. Can't wait to share the EP with the rest of the world. And this was really great. I really appreciate you making the time to chat about this. I don't know if you have any questions on your side.
No, I wanted to say that you did a great selection of the beats, because they are really cohesive. They are like speaking, telling a story.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I'm fortunate to have listened to some of your EP, and I really love it. It's amazing.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. You're the first person I think I've worked with from Spain. The only other person was a guy from America called B-Not. We did some work back in the day, but it's always good to collaborate with people with a whole totally different perspective. How's the scene in Spain, like musically? Do you think there's an appetite for this type of sound there, or do the people where you live in Girona, do they prefer a different sound? What's running the streets, so to speak?
Well, that's the beauty of that modern day era, that we can connect with people from
everywhere,
all over the world. And
yes,
in my case, here, that kind of sound, maybe it's not as common as maybe in other parts of the world. But most of my customers are from the US. I have a lot of listeners in South Africa as well, UK. But here in Spain, it's like the most popular genres maybe are Latin music. Here in my region, it's like a pop, Catalan pop, and people that makes hip hop maybe are more or boom bap or trap.
Nice. Okay.
Maybe because we have like a proximity with France, and that sound, that hip hop, the French hip hop sound, it's really.
I can see that connection happening, between what's in France and your side of the woods. Okay. No, I appreciate that. Okay, this is great. I hope it's not the last of our collaborations. I'm sure I'll definitely find more for us to collaborate on, but I'm so glad we had this conversation today to just kind of go into what the music was and to get to know you and for you to get to know me as collaborators on this EP. So it's going to drop on the 9th of August. I'm hoping to get this out this week, which is the week of the 29th for anyone who's watching this. But the 9th is a public holiday in South Africa. It's actually Women's Day. And nice. I thought it was a nice coincidence because the music itself speaks to relationships in that way. Because I originally scheduled it for the 3rd, but my distributor said, hey, just move it a week forward. And I was like, cool, let's do that. So
that's great timing. Yes.
Yeah, that's just the timing of things that work out. So I really thought that was cool, specifically because there's a song, the 3rd song, JMPD, a song about being stopped by the traffic police, right? In the song, it starts that I mentioned in the first verse that it actually is a long weekend. So the fact that I didn't necessarily think of dropping it at that time, and it worked out in such a way that the timing aligns, that's just the beauty of collaboration, I think, and things just working out really well. So anyway, thank you so much, Jay. I don't want to take up too much more of your time. Thank you so much for this conversation. And hopefully we get to connect in future as well.
Sure. Looking forward to that EP, and I'm glad to have been here.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. Hey man, I'm gonna have to find a way to get there to Spain somehow. I need to figure it out, but it'll be nice to definitely visit and hopefully perform the music in the not so distant future. Anything is possible. This collaboration is also testimony of that. So I hope you have a great day afterwards, and all the best to you in your journey as a dad as well.
Okay, thank you. All the best for you. You are more than invited as well here.
Thank you, man.
And I have to go to South Africa as well.
Please, you definitely do. Right now, we are where it's at, and you will love the country. I think you'd have a great time.
Yes, thank you so much. So
awesome, man. Thank you.
Relatives to feel with no estimate for the realness, rhetoric, and a little bit of love sometimes. A little bit of trust to hold tight, a little bit of lust for the ride. Staying up for a season for one reason, and you